So this is how I first grasped him as a supporter in, being able to get in with the G Unit crew. Right. But like I told you, his initial interest was his chain had got taken that night. And when he started talking about his experience that he went through in Chicago and trying to get his chain back, certain names was popping up that seemingly could help him get his chain back. One of them was J.O. Felony in my mind frame because he told me he saw, that's the homie, he told me he saw a lot of made men chains while he was moving through the process. All I knew is J.O. had did an album with the made men shit. I knew deep down it wasn't no connection, but I tried to I called J.O. on speaker right in front of Buck.
You were connected.
Thank you. Then guess what? The biggest blessing of it all was this at one point. He said at one point when he got to try to get his chain back, JoJo Capone from Chicago came out to speak to him. He said when he saw JoJo Capone, mind you, this is back in 06, 05, maybe even 04. This is 04, matter of fact.
Yeah.
So he said he talked to this dude, JoJo Capone. He's trying to get his chain back, his G-Unit spinner. He said, look at the dude. He tell him, Young Buck tell him hey, I seen you was on a DVD with Game. You Game homeboy. This should be cool. Okay, if you got the chain, I seen you. He the dude got kind of embarrassed, didn't know he was gonna recognize him. He say the dude went, they took a break, got on the phone, and whatever price that he had told him at first, he wanted $20,000 for the chain. He said once he said Buck say hold on. He called Game hey bro, I'm out here in Chicago. The nigga who got the chain, the nigga I seen on your DVD.
Oh shit.
He said after he talked to Game, the dude came back and wanted first he wanted $20,000, now he wanted $100. So to the point where it was Game told them, you playing yourself, man. That ain't no money. You ain't asking for no money. So
damn.
Swear to God, this
is
this how it played out.
So wait. But you're on the side trying to get the chain for the cheapest possible.
I just met these niggas.
You're trying to
because my brother bought it, but I already know Game.
I know you.
Yeah,
know
so I'm trying to play my
chain.
exactly. So I'm trying to. This dude from Tennessee, associated with the New York cats, this G-Unit chain is taken. He impressed by my rap style. He let me know he gonna try to help me maneuver. So now, the chain got took. The names that's coming up, I'm familiar with. Yeah. I'm finna try to tap in with. So I call Game, which I know is fucking his head up that I give a fuck about a G-Unit chain.
Right.
But I don't get, immediately I'm hey, cuz, check this out. The chain that was took in Chicago, my brother was there at the location. I feel like the chain got took for me. Game not having no clue that Young Buck is listening or I'm in.
Oh, shit. Damn. Okay.
Fuck them Spider Weed from Compton. I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck that chain. So Buck got to hear this with his own ear. I don't have to tell you what this nigga said or none of that. I even think Yayo was on a three-way. I had just met him through the phone. So they both heard it. So bam. He also
and
was.
They were all cool with each other.
All cool. This was the biggest shock of their life at the time. And then, but Yayo was saying at the time, I told you I don't trust that nigga. Y'all fucking with it.
Damn.
So, what happened was, what happened was, bro, I swear to God. Buck is saying when he got to, when the chain got took, he was out there doing radio promos. So when the chain got took, he went back to the radio station and asked the people, if something get taken from you in this area, who are you supposed to holler at to try to get it back? They directed him to this dude named Godfather. So Godfather supposed to be this OG, but they was having a summer jam that summer. Godfather was throwing the concert. He's the promoter, not one of the promoters. This is his show. So
trying to create problems.
He's on that level.
Yeah.
So he's a high-powered, paper-having, like he got Kanye on his show, and Kanye wasn't quite Kanye. Mm-hmm. But anyway, plus he's a gangster. I don't know if he was Gangster Disciple or the other, but he's a
BD.
He's one of them, major level. So what happened was, when Buck went to the concert to try to get his chain, the Godfather dude told him, stay right here, don't leave. I'm going to help you get your chain, youngster. And throughout all that, he said he was walking through these dark halls. every few steps he went, people was there just smoothly stopping one of his securities. You can't go no further. Then he said, look, I only got one left. He said, without me knowing, somebody like, all right, homie, you straight. Before the next he know it, he was making his round last corner by himself. They did it so smooth.
Game was by himself?
Buck
Buck
to go see about this chain, but he had 2 security following him. He said so gracefully as he was going through these little twisters, people on the opposite side would just, hold up, bro, he's straight. And now you know you're finna hit this last corner that was kind of dark by yourself. And the Godfather nigga like left you on your own, and that's when JoJo Capone popped up, the game conversation came. So it happened when he tried to raise the price. Buck like, man, tell him keep it, fuck that. He leave town without letting Godfather know. So now he's in Atlanta. And now he's in Atlanta for somehow throughout the politicking, we get back on the phone with Godfather. But I'm in the picture now. So I'm going to pick up where I left off. So the Godfather nigga, I'm like, yeah, I'm from L.A., whoop. My brother was involved with that chain and da-da-da-da-da, and we trying to get it back. But I'm a young nobody. The Godfather dude tell me like, well, if you from L.A., homie, I'm going to let you know what level I'm on. He's trying to impress me. He like, when I touch L.A., I touch down with cats like Suge Knight. So I use that opportunity to like put extras on who I am. Yeah. I'm like, well, if you fuck with Suge Knight, no, I didn't go smooth. I went like extra, like, ask Suge about me. My name Whoopty Whoop. I'm from Whoopty. Yeah, cause like I had just like left Suge amicably, and then I got to clicking with these cats, and me and Suge was still in communication. We fucked around, we politics, whatever. So I knew what it was, and I didn't know, even though I know Suge's reputation, I still anticipated he could have said some bullshit. I took a chance to over project and represent like, oh, you fuck with Suge, well, ask Suge about why. And long story short, hours later, a phone call came into our camp, and they told us that tell Buck he gonna get his chain back, and he could thank the Spider nigga. After he went and talked to Suge, whatever Suge told him motivated him apparently to make sure that he got the chain back. So I was locked in with Buck personally from that level. He tried to get me to follow him on the rest of his tour. However, like I told you, I was committed to being in Atlanta at that time for a whole nother purpose, and I told him I couldn't quite shake right now, but he was scheduled to shoot the Shorty Wanna Ride video in Los Angeles a couple weeks later, and I guarantee him I'll come to the video shoot. And that's where I got the opportunity to meet 50. Without making it a long story, I did a similar thing with him not being expecting. I started drowning him out while I was rapping as well.
Yeah, like he didn't know you was going to be there.
Yeah, he didn't know. He had no idea who I was. He was talking to Buck and his crew about this chain and all the things.
So Buck had never mentioned to 50 about you?
Well, he must have, because when I did that, I remember Buck saying, 50, that's what I was talking about. So he had told him something. But I had no idea. Yeah, so, and it jumped off well, and we started networking from there, and that's when I finally first got my actual first record deal, meaning signing the contract, and things was taking off. But at the same time, he took on, building me as an artist and taking on my career as a CEO. He also was doing projects entitled Before I Self-Destruct and going through a whole political negative situation with Interscope and Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, and I got caught up in the mix of all that, and what he was proposing to do for me never quite took place. So I've been kind of caught in the purgatory of maintaining what it was and what it is when it comes to actual perspective. But I just appreciate the whole journey. And to be honest with you, when I reflect upon a lot of my experiences, a majority of them beyond what I was in the game for. I had the most humblest aspirations, and that was to actually realize that strangers that didn't know me at all appreciated what I did as an artist. And that has been overfulfilled in my life. So everything outside of that is kind of extra. I had real humble expectations. I know I've been blessed. Your desires they kind of fluctuate based on your experiences. So when I did get affiliated with these cats, there was a time when I thought about, oh yeah, the biggest this whole experience can go. But I know a lot of things that are involved. They're associated with more than just your talent. A lot of moral issues come in place, integrity, character, even spiritual at times. So sometimes you gotta be, careful what you ask for. You always gotta be precise about what you pursue. So regardless of what we may have projected it to be at one point or the other, I just appreciate the whole process at this point.
Yeah. And like building those relationships, obviously coming from like death row and then, messing with these cats, getting into the situations that they were in. You mentioned Jimmy Iovine and all the stuff that, 50 was going through, all the rumors that was going on with him, what they were saying. I could imagine like being associated with so many different groups that like you must have had a whole lot of beefs, Not gonna lie. I wanted to ask about like if you had ever been able to work with Whack 100 and your thoughts on him.
It's the Prodcast with Prodigy. My podcast.